From all of the coverage that legacy media gives to quote-unquote gun violence and violent crime as a whole, you would think that murders committed with illegally possessed or illegally used firearms are at the highest level that they've ever been. But they're not. And strangely enough, it's the Washington Post, broken clocks and all, that brought this inconvenient truth to light. NPR took a poll of what people thought the murder rate was as it compared to the rate in 1994. And by the way, this is the second such study that's been done of this nature. As a point of reference, 1994, that's when Bill Clinton passed into law the assault weapons ban, which had zero effect on crime. They broke down the results according to political persuasion and community demographics, and the results are interesting. More than 50% of all adults polled said that the murder rates have risen over the past 25 years, with nearly 75% of registered Democrat voters believing that we are seeing some heightened murders using firearms since the mid-90s. Now, as it relates to perceptions based on community, about three-fourths of suburban women believe that the number of murders done by firearm was higher than it was in 1994. Now, the statistics, the real statistics, well, the next poll shows that there are actually fewer murders carried out via rifles other than any type of murder. And in fact, homicide rates have actually declined, except in cities that like Chicago that have super high gun control, but also a super high violent crime rate thanks to drug and gang violence. Now, when you look at, and the FBI Uniform Crime Reporting data, which as I've mentioned here, this actually goes, I believe, from 2012. This one looks at the 90s to 2017. Some of the most recent data continues with this trend that rifles actually commit the fewest. Barely even making the grade in terms of illegal actions that are committed with them. It's usually handguns illegally possessed, purchased on the black market. But yet everyone thinks that it's somehow rifles that are driving the crime rate, which is completely incorrect. Look at this, murders done by handguns. This graph, it doesn't show, does it show that we're at a breaking point in terms of violence done with illegally used firearms? I hate the phrase gun violence, and I think that people should have to pay fines for using it. This is why you don't want to ever elect me into office.